So this video is a walkthrough of our 1978 Chrysler 26 that we partially restored starting in August of 2020 and finishing May 1st, 2021. The name of the boat is Merci, mer, which means sea in French. So just giving an in-water tour, and I'll do my best to highlight all of the work that has been done. First off, in terms of what has been done on the deck, all hardware, including the tow rail, stanchions, handrail, and all windows, and even the rope cubby located right there, is all removed. And small holes were drilled on top of the deck in order to be able to inject structural foam called Inject-A-Deck, because I noticed some soft spots. And then the top was repainted and all hardware was put on with butyl tape. A new single handrail here was installed, and a new 5-loop handrail was installed in the front. For those of you that know much about Chryslers, the tops can be rather hard to walk on. The deck can be rather hard to walk on, and so these handrails should be able to help stabilize anyone. The windows were put on. They're cut acrylic. I took out the old windows and had acrylic cut to shape, 1/4 inch dark acrylic. I put very high bonding tape, 1/4 inch, all around the edge of the window, or the edge of the porthole, and then put the acrylic on top, and then put Dow Corning 795 as a sealant all around the outside, and also all around the inside seal as well. Did that for all 6 portholes here, as well as the window here in the cockpit, and I converted the old rope cubby into a window also. That motor control is new. It used to be located on the starboard side, but I moved it to the port side. We also installed a 50-watt solar panel, and also had the Mariner 15 horsepower engine serviced, as well as the mainsail and the Genoa. I've had those refurbished as well. I also pulled all lines to the cockpit, installed some new hardware in order to make that happen. I also have a new battery, and it's a AGM battery, 100 amp hours, and took out all the old electric and redid all the electric with a whole new panel. I also tore out the old galley and replaced it. Had hired some people from J&R Unique Woodworking to make a new galley. And since the galley was removed, I also installed a new panel here, a new wall. And with that, redoing the electric, I installed a new electric panel here, cabin lights, running lights, anchor lights, instrumentation. I installed an automatic bilge pump and put a new DC power socket and 2 USB power sockets here. I also installed inside, you'll see, put in, excuse me as I take out some of these things, put in a new water tank. Not much, 7-gallon water tank with an electric faucet. This electric faucet works pretty well. This galley itself was made out of 100-year-old barnwood, the top out of oak, bottom out of chestnut. Have a silverware drawer here. Reupholstered all of the mid-cabin cushions. Put new carpet, installed all this new carpet in here. Put in new aft cabin headliner all across the inside. installed and put in new curtains, new LED lights throughout, new solar panel, solar vent from inside the cabin there. Also, in this boat, something interesting. Let me go ahead and turn on the cabin lights here. Had an access port here that I had replaced, and I noticed that there was water coming in from this old knot meter hole penetration. And so what I did was I put something called flex paste all around the outside of it and put some flex seal on the inside of it. And so far I'm hoping that took care of the problem. I'll go back here. We'll take out these cockpit cushions, and I'll show you the electric and also the tubing for the galley. So let's make my way back here. So this is behind that wall panel, solar controller, and then this is the electric box. See all the power going to the power panel there. That's where all the fuses are located. This is the water fill for the new water tank. I put a new hole penetration in order to be able to fill the water tank. And then this is the drain for the galley. Also put in some curtains here for some privacy in the cabin. We installed some permanent fans. We have one here, as well as one in the forward V-berth. As mentioned, new curtains as well. Come back here. New gas tank installed as well. I also installed some Teflon strips here in order to make the sliding hatch open easier. Also, this had some water coming in from below the water line through that through hull rudder, and I ended up again using Flex Seal to seal that up, and so far it seems to be okay. Tow rail job is interesting. Took off the tow rail, so when you take off the rub rail, you take off. Let me see if I can turn this into, get out of the boat and show you what I mean. When you take off this rub rail, there's about 75 screws on each side. Take them out. This comes off, and ended up cleaning out all of the old caulking that was in the deck joint here. It's like kind of like a shoebox. You can imagine you have the top deck that kind of comes over the hull in this fashion, and resealed it with 5200. And then on the bottom of this tow rail, you can see a bunch of holes. Here's one, for example. There's like one every few feet, so I ended up drilling more holes because the water actually, when it rains, water drains through in between the the tow rail and the deck, and then drains out these holes. And I noticed there weren't enough holes, so I did put some more holes there for better draining. And yeah, that's about it. It was about an 8-month restoration project. I don't know how many hours I have put into it. There's a lot of other small details too that I'm obviously not going to cover. Also, a new swim ladder. But yeah, that's about it. Can't wait to take her out sailing. Thank you very much.